Welcome back. This is 1.2, integers and order of operations. So we'll be looking at integers, graphing on a number line, using greater than, less than, finding absolute value, performing operations, and using order of operations agreements. So defining integers, so it's the set of natural numbers, 0, and the negative of natural numbers is called the set of integers. So we have our negative integers, 0, and then positive integers. Notice the term positive integers is another name for natural numbers. The positive integers can be written in two ways. So, for example, you can use a plus sign, so plus 4 or positive 4. Or you can just write the number 4, and that would be a positive number. All right, graphing integers on a number line. So we're going to graph -3, 4, and 0. So on our number line, so -3 is here, 4 is here, and then 0 is here. And that's all you're going to do. It's just you're plotting those dots on that number line. All right, using the symbols less than and greater than. So -4 is less than -1. So the less than symbol is the one that points to the left. And then greater than, remember, it points to the right. So -1 is greater than -4. So you'd write -1 greater than -4. All right, so for the examples, we're going to put that greater than, less than. So go ahead and do that. So pause the video and then come back and check your answers. All right, so -4 is less than 3. -1 is greater than -5. -5 is less than negative. And remember your number line. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So remember -5 is here and -2 is here. So see how it's to the left of -2? So that just means it's less than that. And then 0 is greater than -3 because it's to the right of -3. All right, the symbols less than and greater than may be combined with an equal sign, as shown in the following table. So we have 2 is less than or equal to 9 because 2 is less than 9 and 9 equals 9. And then, the 9 is less than or equal to 9 is because 9 equals 9. So same thing, 9 is greater than or equal to 2 because 9 is greater than 2. And then 2 greater than or equal to 2 is because 2 equals 2. It just means it can be equal to that number if it is a number, and so on. All right, the absolute value of integer a is denoted by the two lines, your variable, letter, anything that's inside your absolute value, and then another line. So when it's contained in those lines, you're doing the absolute value of that function. And it is the distance from 0 to a on the number line because absolute value describes a distance and it's never negative. So remember, absolute value will always change your numbers to positive. So looking at that first example, the absolute value of -3 is going to be 3. Absolute value of 5 is 5. And then absolute value of 0 is 0. So if it's already positive, it will keep it positive. It won't change it. If it's negative, then it will change it to positive. It changes that sign. All right, our definition of subtraction for any integer a and b, a minus b is the same as a plus the parenthesis negative b. And in words, it just means to subtract b from a, add the additive inverse of b to a. The result of subtraction is called the difference. So just know subtraction is also called difference. So we have 17 minus a negative 11. So when we have two negatives together, that makes a positive. So we'll get 28. All right, then we have a negative. This turns to positive. So negative 18 plus 5 is going to be negative 13. All right, and then we have two negatives together, so that's going to make a bigger negative. So the signs won't change. So that's going to be negative 23. All right, our multiplication rules for integers. So if you have a positive and a negative, it's going to make a negative. Two negatives make a positive. Anything times 0 is also 0. If you have three negatives, it's going to be a negative. If you have a positive and two negatives, it will be a positive. And then you can read those if you would like. So if you want to pause and read those instructions or your rules, you can go ahead and do that. All right, now exponentials. So remember, we're just doing those. So negative 6 squared is negative 6 times negative 6. So that makes a positive 36. The difference here is this is negative 6 times 6. So it's like that negative is on the outside. So this one would be negative 36. All right, so this one is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. And we're going to get negative 125 because it's three negatives together. All right, and then the next one, so we have negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which gives us a positive 16. Since we have four negatives together, it cancels out that negative. And you can also do those in your calculator as well. Just make sure that when you do have negatives, especially on your squared or to your fourth or any even exponent, it will change that to positive when you have those parentheses. All right, division. So remember, division of integers. So remember, division just means A over B. So A divided B is the same as A over B. And then remember, division by 0 is undefined. So when you have that, your answer is going to be undefined. All right, so an example. So negative 3 or negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. So that means 4 times negative 3 is going to be negative 12 if you go backwards. Order of operations. So you're going to perform all operations with grouping symbols, evaluate all exponential expressions, do all multiplications and divisions in order in which they occur from left to right, and then finally do all additions and subtractions in order in which they are working from left to right. Or if you remember, PEMDAS. So these are grouped together and they're from left to right. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and then addition, subtraction. You go from left to right. All right, using order of operations, we're going to do this example. So parentheses first, we don't have any parentheses. So that means we're going to do our exponents first. So exponents first. So 6 squared is 36. Divided by 4 times 3 plus 1. So we're changing those numbers, doing that exponents operation first. Did that carry down? Oh, no, it's still here. Okay. So then we want to do the division first because it's left to right. So we want to do this section first. So 36 and then negative 24 divided by 4 is 6. And then times 3 plus 1. Next, so your 36, we'll do the multiplication next. So negative 6 times 3 is negative 18 plus 1. And then left to right. So these two first. So 36 minus 18, we get 18 plus 1, which makes 19. Okay, so you're going in order. Okay, always go in order. And then once you're done with your parentheses and exponents, you'll go left to right, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Or if you have division first on the left, you'll do the division, then the multiplication. So it just depends on which comes first when going from left to right. All right, and that is it for your notes for 1.2. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and then go ahead and work on your assignment.